Welcome back to ABC 7 Extra Sunday. I'm Mark Ross. We are here at El Paso Water's Tech H2O Learning Center, and I'm joined by President and CEO John Ballou and Vice President Gilbert Trejo. And Gilbert, let's talk a little bit about El Paso Water and how they improved our water conservation efforts. It's taken a number of years to do this.
Yeah, so the water conservation efforts really got started in the early 90s with the adoption of the Water Conservation Ordinance. At that time, El Pasoans were using around 230 gallons per person per day. So that was the impetus for the utility to implement programs. And again, it started with the ordinance. That ordinance implemented very thoughtful and effective programs such as irrigation on certain times of the week, which is still in effect now. That proved to be very effective. But then there was also several rebates that were also made available to our customers to make their fixtures in their homes more efficient as well. So everything from toilets to fixtures in their sinks, shower heads also became to be very, very effective. But ultimately, Mark, the water rate is the ultimate way really to help folks conserve. As folks see their rates rise and and they see the effect of their usage, they will adjust their behaviors accordingly indoors and outdoors as well. At the same time, we have rebates right now for industrial and commercial users as well. So not only do our residential users have access to these rebates, but now expanding our reach to industrial and commercial customers, they too can do something to use the water that they use more effective.
The average use was 230 gallons per person per day. That is a long shower.
That's correct. So in the early 90s, that's where we were. We're happy to say that now we're down to 131 gallons per person per day. Ultimately, we have a goal of 118 gallons per person per day by 2040, which is very achievable. This is what other cities in the desert, such as Tucson, that's about where they're at. So El Pasoans, we have a ways to go as El Pasoans, but it's doable, and we just want to show El Pasoans through educational efforts as well. The Tech H2O Center here is a good example of how folks can come and learn how to further conserve water without really affecting their day-to-day usage or how they enjoy using water.
And I do remember getting those free shower heads. In fact, we still have a couple at our house, which is tremendous. Mr. Ballou, are you seeing an increase in the number of residences that are taking out turf and turning to xeriscaping or just leaving it without turf?
I would say the answer to that is yes. We see a slow and steady increase. The good thing is most of the new growth that is occurring in the community already has xeriscaping. And then some of the existing landscaping, as houses are renovated and renewed, most of them are choosing to go with xeriscaping.
Was it easy to get builders on board to do xeriscaping?
I think it was easy. It took some educational effort. When people were used to grass, the difficulty was getting them used to seeing something else. But we made a lot of information available where xeriscaping is not just rocks and concrete, but we have a lot of beautiful native plants that can be used. And I think getting over that hump and having the builders see that that can be installed at a lower cost and have something that's more attractive to the buyers.
Now, considering there may be a lack of groundwater or river water this summer, will homeowners have to water fewer days? Will the odd even have to be modified a little bit?
No, Mark. The current system of day of week and time of day watering will remain in effect. We don't anticipate any need to do anything differently. Even though there is going to be less surface water coming down the Rio Grande, we anticipate that we'll be able to function as normal because of the investments that we've made in the system.
And I know doing future forward planning, of course, El Paso's population is not growing by leaps and bounds. In fact, there's been like a 0.1% decrease in El Paso's population. If there's a sudden population boom, is El Paso Water ready for that? Gilbert, can you answer that for me?
Yeah, so we are ready for it. So again, it starts again with our diversified water portfolio, because we're not relying on a single source and have not put all our eggs in one basket. per se, we are ready for a boom. So we work very closely with the city's economic development office to track the activity of new business coming into El Paso, and we work closely with them and assure them that water supply is available here for businesses and for the city to continue to grow and prosper. Now, in those discussions, yes, there are some very high-using companies that want to come into town, but jointly between the city and ourselves, we're able to educate them on what is available for them, again, to allow for the city to grow over the years to come and really not overcommit ourselves to not one company. But yeah, because of how we've managed our water resources, we are ready to see the city grow and to support it.
And I guess probably educating them about recycling water internally in their facilities?
Yes, so water recycling, a lot of the companies that come in are already in tune with water recycling. It's an efficient way for them to use a resource that they're already paying for. So they already come very in tune with their own water recycling. They're very efficient with their processes, especially if they are a mid to high mid, I'll say, water using customer. It makes good business sense for them to already recycle water as much as possible. But it never surprises us or them when they come to talk to us how further they can take those efforts into recycling and reusing the water more efficiently.
Gilbert Trejo, John Ballou with El Paso Water. Again, thank you for inviting us out to the Tech H2O facility here to visit with you tonight. And thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate everything. And thank you for joining us for ABC 7 Extra Sunday. I'm Mark Ross. Stay safe, stay strong. I'll see you next Sunday night.
Thank you for watching. ABC 7 News is now available on any of these streaming services, as well as the KVIA News and KVIA Weather and Traffic apps.